segue to this, but you mentioned a wake-up call, and Kwesi answers too. You had a player arrested with a driving-related incident. What's your level of disappointment with Addison? And what kind of punishment will you organization?
Yeah, of course. We're disappointed in Jordan for, we care about these players, and we really do, and we want to make sure we're doing our part, for the development on the field, and the other aspect of that is the off the field and the life skills and the development of decision making and learning how important it is, within our culture that we're very proud of, that our players understand personal responsibility and accountability, to that point. But you wrap your arms around these guys and you ensure that they know that we care, but at the same time they have to hear those messages and they have to understand things that are not, things that are going to be acceptable and by any stretch. And we've got to continue to the resources we do have, and as an organization, and how Kwesi have really tried to build, our locker room and our team. I think it's really important that the discipline side of things is in accountability, personal responsibility. Those are things we will talk about, and I will personally talk about with Jordan. But at the same time, there's going to be there's a continuing legal process playing out in the NFL. Through the different aspects of their process to play out. But we'll let those things happen, and then from regards to specifics and details of discipline and things like that, the time will come for that clearly. But I look at it right now like I'm excited to get Jordan back in our building, get him around his teammates, and begin that process of wrapping our arms around him, and twofold with the discipline and accountability being a part of it.
Kevin, just to be clear on that, so if there were to be any financial or suspension type things, would that come from the NFL first, or would you guys think about doing something independent of that?
Yeah, I think with most of these situations, Ben, around the league, it's normally an NFL player conduct thing that a process plays out over a period of time, and like I said, the legal process is still playing out as well. So we'll let those things happen and work off that accordingly.
And I think we've all seen young players make mistakes. And, last year with summer with Jordan, had the driving incident, and this thing has happened as well. And eventually, there's the line from going from making mistakes to having a problem. And I'm curious if either one of you have any concerns that he has a problem there, as opposed to has put himself in a couple bad situations.
Just to go back to what was said earlier, I think part of the reason you do so much work on character and the types of people you bring in this building is any disappointment we might have in Jordan has more in himself. He holds himself to a high standard, was raised by a great family. He knows the types of behaviors he needs to do to be the best version of himself, and he's kind of let himself down in that regards. Using words like discipline and different things like that, we don't really talk about it like that inside these walls. Inside these walls, it's about designing for the outcome we want. The outcome we want is for Jordan to be the best version of himself on the field and off the field, and he's bought into that same exact thing. So how do you do that from a plan standpoint? Who do you have to have him talk to, speak with, to learn the things he needs to learn to get to where he wants to go? That's how we're approaching it from this standpoint. So any other conversations outside of that are, it can't be specific to, but that's where we're trying to approach this issue.